um, if you could please mute yourselves unless you're going to be, or unless you want to talk, and feel free to interrupt at any time. There's also a question and answer period at the end. So good afternoon, everyone. It's about 12:01 here on the East Coast. And today we're doing a Growth Consulting Summit preview. And just a reminder, if you're on, you can we can view your video. We can also hear you. So if you could mute unless you're going to be speaking.
Yes.
The summit is in Charleston, South Carolina, and Charleston, South Carolina on November 7th, 8th, and 9th. And it's 2 or 3 days, your choice. This is a joint core value and growth drive event. So we have some sponsors, LX Council, whose methodology we use in our sophisticated peer-to-peer support system. Holland Inbound Strategist, you'll hear about that. Our friends at the International Exit Planning Association. There are additional sponsorship opportunities available. If you're interested, please email me or call me. Happy to help. So the Growth Drive Summit, where is it? It's in Charleston, South Carolina. Beautiful city. We had a lot of fun there last time we were down. It's at the same hotel, guys. And the hotel really did a fantastic job. The rooms are comfortable. The conference room is great. Charleston is a fabulous city, and we have fun. Here's a shot of the hotel. You can see the rooftop bar here up on top of the canopy. The rooms were great. We got really great reviews from all of you about your experience at the hotel. And so, you know, that's where we're going to host it. It's right on Meeting Street. That's the street you see there. So right in the heart of the restaurants and the scene in downtown Charleston. All right. What's it like to be there? Here's a shot from my last time. This is a presentation by Anna Halliburta, who is a growth specialist. Here's a session from the growth specialist certification workshop. The teams working together. And here you are, Jack. Here's Jack Heil. He had earned his certification as a growth specialist. And Jack and I are both all smiles. It's a really, really fun program that we're about to, that I'll give you some highlights on right now. So the theme of the Growth Consulting Summit is build a thriving advisory business. And you know that is our mission as core value, and our mission is Growth Drive. And what the conference is going to focus in on are the methodologies that you would apply in your client engagements. The premise for building a thriving advisory business is that you are helping your clients win. So what methodologies will help you? What tools will potentially help you? And what kind of sophisticated support is available and is being used by members of the community? And we'll highlight all of that. So the format is very straightforward, guys. It's really 2 tracks plus a conference. So on November 7th, there's 1 track. On Monday, there's just 1 track, and that's the first day of the Growth Specialist Certification Workshop. That workshop, for those of you who want, if you want to chime in, is not only fun, but super valuable. On the 8th, it's speaking of growth specialists, John Crosby, nice to have you. So on November 8th, there are 2 tracks. There's the Growth Specialist Certification Day 2, and then there are 2 master classes, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. And then on November 9th, there's a plenary session, if you will. That's a conference. And we have a bunch of topics I'm about to give you a preview of right now. So day 1 and day 2 is a track. That's the 7th and 8th. The day 2, which is the 8th, there are 2 master classes. So it's kind of hard to participate in the certification workshop and the master classes. The master classes are open. You do not have to be those are open to all. You don't have to be a core value user. You don't have to be a growth driver, be certified. These are open to everyone. And then of course we have our conference on the 3rd day. Oh, and we have a really fun networking cocktail party. The Vendu has one of the original Charleston rooftop bars. It's a terrific bar, and we have a rooftop networking cocktail party up there between days 2 and 3. So let's focus in on the specialist certification workshop. Many of you who are on this call have participated in, have earned your certification. When we say certification, it's small c. That means you have learned the methodology, and you have demonstrated skills at applying that methodology in client engagements. So what's the specialist certification about? It is learned by doing. It is built on the shoulders of giants. And quick side note, there's a Growth Drive. We are offering the Growth Drive launch course, which is the foundational materials for the certification workshop. Many of you have taken the certification without the foundational class. We really recommend that you get the foundations first, then do the certification. It has a terrific playbook, which includes a ton of materials, guys, that you can use. You know, I get phone calls from people leafing through it. It's a 3-ring binder full of really valuable tools and resources for you. And then we incorporate learnings from scaling up, from traction, from financial intelligence, writing proposals, for value-based engagements. Really terrific reviews from this certification. So that is our first track. Okay, that includes, by the way, not trail, but trial use of the Core Value Advisor software. Right. Let's move on to the master classes. Let's say you don't want to attend this certification, or you've already been through it. No worries. We're putting on 2 master classes, and on November 8th in the morning, the first master class is a Core Value Discover intensive, and this is actually by popular demand. In May, we put on a Core Value Deep Dive Analysis intensive, and people said, well, we really would like the same thing for Discover. I'm going to be leading it, maybe with some help from my friends. We're going to focus in on business development, on winning engagements, using Discover one-on-one, using Discover with rooms full of CEOs in a workshop format. You know, how do you use your centers of influence to put that room full of folks together? Your colleagues are getting terrific results. Huge conversion, by the way. You get the people in the room talking, you're going to convert them into another conversation. Discover for a senior leadership alignment, creating a report, and potentially leading a workshop. We have all of the support materials for you. I'm going to explain those in detail, and talk about how you can deliver a paid project using this initial module of the Core Value Advisor software. It's incredibly powerful software. All right. In the afternoon, I neglected to mention breakfast and lunch are included every day. So we have lunch together. We all come together, by the way, in a plenary. You know, everyone, the certification class and the master classes get together. In the afternoon, we have a master class, and this is again by popular demand, on financial modeling for business advisors. And it's going to be led by Marie Benedetto. Many of you know Marie. She's fantastic. CPA. She's a growth specialist. She's a good friend. And so how do we do financial modeling with clients for their business? And we need to hand this over, right? This needs to be baked into their DNA. Walk through a couple of leading tools that you might want to use in your modeling. And we're also going to do, as a bonus, we're going to include creating flash reports. In fact, we'll give you a template of a flash report and client dashboards. And really, a client dashboard is an online flash report. So terrific masterclass. Each of these is 3 hours, and I'm excited. Any questions about those? Let me know. Then networking cocktail party. You know, I'm not going to skip that. The rooftop bar is terrific. Tremendous views of Charleston, and we get together and hang out. And it has been our experience that then many or all of us will end up going out and having dinner together. And by the way, we are making reservations, and we'll have a sign-up sheet, reservations at restaurants in Charleston, because they're hard to come by. November is a wonderful time in Charleston. The weather is great, and so we're going to have we'll have some get-togethers, have some laughs. And then on November 9th, from 8 to 4:30, we have the conference. Okay, what's in the conference? We just extended it, guys. It normally runs till 2, but we just had a confab. Every week we have a coffee talk, a coffee clatch in our community. Anyone can attend. You don't have to be a member of the community. And so I was asked to please extend it to 4:30 under the, we're going to be in town. We want more of this. Cool. Happy to do it. I'm highlighting the sessions, guys. These will be tweaked over time, but these are on the agenda. One, harnessing the power of community. What does that mean? I mentioned methodology, tools, and support. We're going to start actually with sophisticated support. And when I say sophisticated support, what do I mean? I mean leveraging the collective experience of our community. And what we're going to do in this is an hour-and-a-half session. What it is essentially is a mastermind meeting. We're going to do an ad hoc mastermind meeting. And this is using the methodology, the LX Council methodology that we use in our peer groups and in our mastermind specialty groups. And we're going to run a professionally moderated conversation mastermind exercise in which we're going to review, we normally would review challenges, opportunities, problems, or ideas. And those typically come down in two buckets: biz dev and client engagements. So we're going to do, we'll do two, what is it called, copies? We're going to process two copies. One is a biz dev copy. How do I win new engagements? And these are going to be, these are real problems. Okay. They're going to be put on the floor by someone in the room. And the other is here's a problem I have inside a client engagement. What is the collective wisdom think we should do? And we use a very specific methodology to tease out, to identify the real problems. It's critical. So what you'll learn are two things. One, you'll gather some wisdom from the room. You're also going to pick up some specific techniques that you can use when you're talking to your client, because that will help you ensure that you are answering the correct question that your client is asking. So they may ask question A, but the real problem is something else. And through questioning and using this methodology, we can get to the real problem, or make sure that confirm that we're addressing the real problem. It's fantastic. I belong to a peer group. We offer them through Growth Drive, and they are excellent. Actually, a couple of you guys on here are members. So next session, we have a new marketing program. This is also by demand. At Core Value and at Growth Drive, we are not a marketing agency. And I can tell you that when we win customers away from one competitor in particular on the software side, it is over marketing issues. They purchased a marketing program that had software attached, and they found that marketing program didn't meet their needs. We are not a marketing agency, but we do collaborate very, very closely with marketers. And so let's talk about that marketing program. We're going to be unveiling it at the conference. This program is powered by Christine Hollenden at Hollenden Inbound and Strategists. Many of you have heard her speak before. She puts on webinars for us, presentations. There's a great video workshop in the Core Value knowledge base. What's in this program? We're going to go through it in detail, but it's really creating a marketing process. It includes blog posts that are written for you and delivered on an ongoing basis, marketing collateral, creating an effective landing page to which to drive traffic so you convert, e-marketing fundamentals, your LinkedIn profile. How do you make it effective as a marketing asset? Not that you're telling your peers how great you are, but how do you get CEOs to look at your profile and say, I'm intrigued. Marketing best practices, and then we're going to run ongoing business development workshops. Terrific program. And it's a subscription program with Hollenden. Okay, guys, very collaborative, very Core Value and Growth Drive centric. Another module to highlight in the conference, Twin Value Gap and the Freedom Point Calculator. Guys, I am really fired up. I'm really excited about this module. So one of your own, Greg Maddox, he's a CBEC. He is active in the EPI community. He's an exit planner, an unabashed exit planner. He and I have been working together with Core Value Software, and we've been friends for years. He is a certified growth specialist as well. So he has developed a piece of software that that helps you. It helps you move from the growth conversation, which is where the growth drive methodology starts, right? Having the right conversation and setting the correct goals. How do we connect personal and professional wealth goals and do it with numbers, okay? All the while connecting your expertise as a solution. And we are going to not simply walk through the software, but we are going to workshop, we're going to workshop how to apply it in engagements. So this is a piece of software that's going to be available through Growth Drive, initially on a limited basis, and then hopefully, if it works out, on a commercial basis. And we start with, okay, how much income do you need to replace? What does that look like? What's our withdrawal rate? So, okay, so your portfolio needs to be worth here $11.25 million. That's the Freedom Point calculator. It then moves into a strategic plan builder, where we help the business owner understand that that is not impossible. They have a $2 million company. It needs to be worth $11 million. That is not impossible. And those of you who have been through the Growth Drive launch and certification courses know that it is, we teach you how to perform the magic, how to make sure that a business can increase profits that are connected to a high multiple. And this tool shows your business owning client or your CEO client the power of that, the power of the multiple really is what it comes down to. So I'm not here to do a demo of that software, but here we're getting into a strategic plan builder where we're able to play around with the years they're going to need to work on the business, the multiple they might see, what their profit margins need to be, and how this rolls out. So we get a reality check and show them that the magic is possible, right? The magic is possible. This leads to the deep dive analysis that is in the analyze, design, execute cycle that frankly all consulting engagements, long-term advisory engagements follow. We call it analyze, design, execute. This shows them that it's possible if they stay with it. All right, go to market. Another question we get all the time: how do I move from hourly billing to value building? How do I move from billing for projects to billing for engagements? How do I get on retainer? And there's a lot there. It's really we're going to do a presentation and then we're going to discuss. Guys, you'll notice we're a community, right? We do a lot of talking, discussing, collecting ideas. I'm a big believer in democratizing our collective wisdom. So what are winning business models? What are client approach techniques when we're talking about value building? How do you sit down in front of them and say, hi, I'd like $20,000? De-risking the engagement fee, techniques for doing that. And these are tools and techniques you'll be able to apply in your practice immediately. We'll follow that with a senior advisor panel, and it really answers the I won the deal, now what? That's what makes the phone ring here. Right? I've done the discover, now what? I've done the deep dive analysis, now what? That now what is why Growth Drive exists. And we're going to have 3 senior advisors. This is going to be a moderated panel. This is open mic, guys. You will have the opportunity to ask questions, to talk amongst yourselves. It's a very frank discussion about leading client engagements, okay? And you're going to get pearls of wisdom out of this, again, that you'll be able to apply immediately. You hear me say it often. It's very, very important. It is our focus and our commitment to you that whatever you participate in, you get a pearl of wisdom, maybe even from this preview, that you can apply in your engagements immediately. And then one of our final sessions is going to be a case study. It's applying the Core Value Advisor software analysis, how to read it, and talking about redesigning a client business so it moves from their status quo to their goal. We're going to talk about execution, and you'll get to hear about and discuss what it's like from both the advisor and the client perspectives. We're not going to have a client in the room, but that's a big important part of the conversation. Okay, look at that, right at the 20-minute mark. I wanted to leave 10 minutes for Q&A. So please register now. We have a limited room block. The certification workshop, if you're interested, is limited to 12 senior professionals. Okay, you have 3 options. You can take the growth specialist certification, the certification and the conference, or the master classes and the conference. And all of those are, it's very, very easy to register. We close the conference always with key takeaways and next steps. And I still have, we keep all of these materials. Registering is easy. Go to the growth-drive.com website /summit. You'll see this beautiful photograph, and the different packages are at the bottom. If you're a current core value customer, there's a discount. The code is there on that landing page. And we make it super easy for you. Register. There's a discounted room block. We have the code, a link to get there. Try to make it as easy as possible for you. Okay. I will now open up. That was a bit of a fire hose. Okay, I apologize, but there's a lot to cover. 3 days of material in 20 minutes.
Hey, George, just do it again. Just do it again in 5 minutes.
That's right. I can, Rick.
George,
Does anybody have?
Somebody froze.
Please. Yes, sir.
So I was just
Okay. Well, you're back.
quick question, George. So if you were to say, what would be the 3 biggest takeaways for somebody who has never gone to one of these workshops? What just off the top of your head, what do you think would be the 3 takeaways?
I think the 3 takeaways are going to be that, the power, and I know this is kind of touchy-feely, but the power of community, the power of collaboration, the power when a bunch of senior pros from different professions put their heads together, whether it's in a client engagement or outside of a client engagement, to solve problems that one or more of them may be having in biz dev and client engagements. That's going to be key takeaway number 1. Key takeaway number 2 is that there are some really interesting ways to make sure we maintain and increase our relevance with our clients, whether we're currently working with them or whether they're in our Rolodex. And maintaining that relevance is critical. And the third takeaway, I think, would be, there are some really good tools out there, and we're going to talk about some lead gen tools. We're going to talk about some inside engagement tools like the Freedom Point Calculator, and some of those tools may be interesting to you. Those tools, by the way, are not these aren't high dollar items. Much of what we recommend is actually available on a freemium. So those would probably be the 3, Rick. Thank you. Other questions?
George, quick question. Just to clarify.
Yes.
You have 2 concurrent programs. You have the certification workshop.
Yes.
And the masterclass, and they're offset by 1 day. So certification would be day 1 and day 2. Masterclass is just day 2. So you have to, if you want to choose, you have to choose either your focus is on certification or the masterclasses. You can't.
That's correct. That's
Got it.
correct. And
Okay.
if you decide, Joseph, and I know you're participating in the upcoming launch course, excited to have you. If you decide to participate, we are going to be, one of the things that you're going to see coming out of Growth Drive over the next few months is these master classes are going to be put on as webinars on an ongoing basis. So you will have access to these on a rolling basis throughout the year. So if you can't participate in these master classes because you decide you'd like to do the sleeves up, learn by doing workshop, no problem. It'll be available again. And those are also done in an open mic workshop format.
Right. I would have taken the certification in September, except I have a scheduling conflict, so I can't.
Got
I
it.
don't have other
Got
option.
it. Okay, well,
Thank you.
we can talk about that offline. I have options for you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Other questions, guys, ladies? When I say guys, I mean everyone. Sorry. Additional questions? Hey, Jack, can I pick on you?
Sure you can.
Oh, Jack Cox. I was actually going to pick on Jack Heil, but I'll pick on you too, Jack Cox.
No, it's okay. Pick on Jack.
Yeah, pick on someone else. Jack Heil, do you have any comments about, you participated in a bunch of our events. Any comments about maybe from the last time we got together in Charleston?
Oh, yeah, that was a great event and learned a lot, I was trying to think about the takeaways when you were talking about them, but one of my favorite ones was meeting Mark Parrott and other people and what they had to offer. And the little nuggets come at you so surprisingly that have been so helpful to me in what I'm doing and building my Discover process. And the information just keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. So it's why I just looked at it and said, I got to go. So I'll see you in Charleston. I think I froze him, guys.
Out the internet. Thanks, Jack. I really appreciate it. And we're going to have some fun here in November. Before we wrap this up. Okay, guys, listen, thank you very much for participating. If you have questions, please email, call. It's both. The room block is limited. So if you're thinking about coming, please register and make your reservation. With that, I'll say thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you all down in Charleston. Have a great,
Thank you, George.
have a great afternoon. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Be well. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye, guys.